So,
Hey,
what's going on?
Hump Day.
What's going on, Spesh?
Hey, Spesh, how are you?
How you
Child,
doing?
Spesh showed me that shit last week about the cruise, that celebrity cruise. I was like, this bitch just not him, not him, bitch. But I looked in the thing. I was like, this bitch just say this cruise was like for the inside shitty cabin. It was like $9,000. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. The inside shitty cabin was like $7,500. I was like, girl, $7,500 is the top end of my budget. So, and if I actually had stayed in the suite like I had, like I normally would,
but you were buying like
$15,000.
But you were buying a car. That's what you were doing.
Right?
You're
I
buying
was like,
See, listen, Special. I love you, baby, but
he says he was wrong about the price. All right, so we'll let it slide. Because I was like,
but just so
girl,
we're clear,
we will meet you at the dock on the way.
Yeah, I was like, just so we're clear, y'all are at my price range, honey. Y'all buying cars and shit. I'm trying to buy a motherfucking pair of Reeboks. I'm talking about the $25 ones, or maybe.
So I mean, I'll go on a cruise that costs $7,000-8,000, but that's going to have to be the suite. Like I saw on Symphony of the Sea. You get like a 2,000 square foot suite on 2 floors. They got a bathroom that's as big as this with like a 2-person rainfall shower. There's an upper and lower balcony and all of this other shit. And it's got like a grand piano in the suite and a private butler.
So
and everything.
Let me just ask you a couple questions. Mm-hmm. Do you play piano?
That's not the point, man. That's not the fucking point. That's not the point.
Do you play a piano?
I don't play piano.
Okay,
I play
wait. Okay, all right. Do you know people that play pianos that's gonna be on the cruise with you?
Maybe I do, and maybe I don't.
Okay. And so this bi-level shower.
I don't appreciate this interrogation.
This bi-level shower.
Yes.
Are we going to fill this bi-level shower up on the cruise?
We only need 2 people in that shower, me and the slave or whoever I bring with. Because listen, if I'm paying that much money to go on the cruise, whoever is in that suite with me is getting fucked. But let's just be clear. So if we ever go on a cruise together and I'm like, we're going to stay in the room, just know that you're going to get gutted that week.
So let's start from here. I am never going on a $7,500 cruise.
But here's the thing:
I'm paying for
like
it.
Spesh said, some of the big suites can sleep
like
5 or 6 people.
Okay,
because that was the other thing. So the 1 bedroom had a king size bed. The other bedroom had 2 queen size beds, and then there was like a fold out sofa. So
and bitch, if I'm spending $7,500, bitch, I got to share a room with somebody. Bitch, fuck no, hell no.
Now you want to be fancy.
No, man.
Now you want to be fancy.
I'm just saying that ain't gonna happen. Fuck all that. Fuck all that shit. I ain't doing that. But I mean, it's whatever. If that's what you want to spend your money on, that's what you work every day for. I mean, that's up to you. You go ahead on and do that. So, but whatever. Anyway, hey, Spiller Boy, what's going on? But if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
But again, that feels like a once in a lifetime. Not a once in a lifetime, but that is not something that I would do regularly. I'm totally fine with having a cute balcony or a cute junior suite for like $3 or $4 grand, which works out to about $2,000 a person. But if I'm paying $7,000 per person, that's got to be like, that wouldn't be till I turn 60 or something. I mean, we're not just gonna do that just on a regular whim kind of cruise. So.
And again, it's all about what you plan on getting out of the cruise, what you like to do. And for me, my viewpoints on the room is one thing, but we have this conversation, so we already know. So we already know. It's like, bitch, either I'm going or I'm not.
You'll be in the cabin across the way.
I'll be in the inside cabin down below the water because all I'm doing is shit showering and shit shower, shave, and sleeping in that motherfucker. And
I'm doing all of that plus hosting private cocktail parties.
Listen,
we can have a cute
live your best
like
life.
Spesh said. We can have the butler and the butler would.
But does the room come with a butler?
Yes.
Oh, it does come with a butler.
The room comes with a butler.
All right. Okay.
The room comes with a butler.
The
room. So unlike a regular cabin, the regular cabin doesn't have like an open bar.
So wait, so this butler, are they your chef as well? Like, do you get like access to the food stuff whenever you want to?
There's always like a private area that the rest of the hoes, the common hoes on the ship.
Is that so? That's why we didn't see Spesh and
yeah, because they were in the Haven.
They were. That's right. They were all up in.
They were all in the Haven.
Doing rich people shit.
But here's the thing. So you have a private butler in your room. So unlike when you gotta call, like dial 911 or whatever the drink number is,
right,
and they'll send you up. No, you've got a private butler. Like the 10 of us could be chilling in the suite, and you could be like, yes, I'm like a Rob Ricky or whatever the fuck
Rob
it is.
Roy,
a Rob Roy with a lime twist.
You don't know what an isu is? Oh,
right. Oh, exactly. Who doesn't know what an isu is? How rude. How tacky.
But
you have a private butler. There's access. There's places. Like there's some ships have like private restaurants that only people that are in this area are paying
totally
for.
Fine with that.
And so we'll be like, all right, you go to the Lido deck. But we will go to Shea Fancy Pants, and then we'll meet up afterwards.
And listen, I'd expect nothing less, because for that amount of money, I don't want to see near bitch that don't have nothing.
You don't want to see some bitch with a plate this big, piled high with food. That is the one thing about cruises that disgusts me. It's not that people eat, because I want you to eat and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, get your life.
But I'm like, I tend to only get. The food's not going anywhere.
It's not.
So I tend to only get as much food as I can
just lay on that plate.
So I'm going to get like a little bit of ham, a little bit of this, a little bit of, I always start with ham.
Well,
get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm not going to get like 25 pieces of ham, and then you don't eat all of the shit, and then you leave it on the table and then just walk away. That's so disgusting to me.
Yeah, it's one thing to try it. And if you don't like it, that's fine. It's a small little piece that you left there, but what's the point of getting all the food? And you're not taking it anywhere.
You can pay a supplement on Celebrity to bring friends to dinner in the Sweets restaurant that aren't in Sweets. It's like $25. All right, girl, just cash out me $25 and we good.
Girl, I'm going down to the Lido deck and get my ice cream that may or may not be working, because the ice cream machine always seems to stop working.
This is Celebrity. The ice cream machine is always working on Celebrity. First of all, Celebrity, the ship that Spesh sent me, this whole ship only has 575 people on it, so it's not a huge ship.
That's cute.
Yes, but but it's still got costs.
Yeah,
so all of those costs are only spread by 575 people, whereas big ships have like between 2,500 and 3,000 people on it.
But I think what's cute about it is the fact that you don't have. In 1 week's time, you can pretty much see every single person on that cruise. And that's
not a positive for me.
Well, not that you would have. Well, it depends. It depends on who the 575 is.
Now, if it was a cute, like, Onyx cruise or a cute gay cruise,
that's what I'm saying.
First of all, our brothers would not do that, because the girls
all of our brothers are not going to do that.
And you're not cheap. You're frugal. Them girls is cheap.
Oh, bitch, I'm poor. I am poor. Matter of fact, I'm not poor. I'm po. P-O. I can't even, not even with the apostrophe. P-O. I am po. That's where I am.
Right.
I make choices about where I'm going to go, and I may have to spend
your money on.
Right, and I may have to suffer some consequences afterwards, but I do make choices. Mm-hmm. And so that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So, but we shall.
So, we're going to, me and Spesh will, we're just going to hold our noses and go on this cruise after blackout on this 25-year-old ship. So, she was refurbished in 2020.
So I'm going to book my time for blackout, and the cruise afterwards, I will look at the prices and see what we're giving.
They had plenty of inside cabins left. I assume, because I didn't even look
that's what I'm looking at.
Why don't you treat yourself and get yourself a room with a porthole, so you can just be like this, so you can.
I don't even give a fuck about the port. Like I literally,
you can see out the porthole and see as we get to the Dominican Republic and
But literally, if you can't open a window on a porthole, what's the point? So it's like, why do you even have what's the? So I don't even need the window at that point. Like I'm okay with that. Like I'm good with that.
Let me tell you, here's why. Well, even if you aren't fucking in the room, let me tell you why. Oh, Michael Kaywood said the inside cabin is like $400 for the week.
See, that's what right there. That's where I'm at, Michael. I get my own.
But is that per person or is that for unattached?
It's probably per person at least.
Right, but I think you need to.
You might have to pay for both of them.
You need to get on the.
You might have to pay for both.
You need to get on the joint because I thought they had a deal where they had like a single person supplement, so it wasn't $800, or it wasn't literally twice, but it was like $650 or $700 at some point.
Listen,
so they have sales.
When I have money to put down, I'll do that conversation.
And they also had like sales on. I didn't realize you hadn't booked yet because I had been providing that stuff to Maximus. So anytime Carnival sends me stuff, I'll send it to you too.
No, that's
because they had like discounts on the.
And then we've gone before.
You can only put like. They had one sale where you only put like $50 down for the deposit,
and that's perfectly fine. I know
you have like until what is July
to pay it off or whatever,
blah, to pay it off.
Yeah, and because it's like 60 days before the so it's like all right, and I mean I'm good with that. I just I because I have had some recent developments that I'm not going to talk about yet, but let me just say this.
But the thing is though,
Yes.
Like
so
gone.
Right. Here's the thing, and because there's two things I need to mention. So here's the thing: I've been chit-chatting with you all about things that I've been doing, about making some career moves and stuff. And so I'm not gonna. I've had this conversation off air with Dominion, but I'm not gonna have it necessarily on air with everybody else. But let me just say this: until I see documentation and signatures, I'm not gonna talk about anything else. That's where I'm at.
Bitch, how long did it take me to talk about redacted ALIs? Girl, until
So that's where we are. So
they gave me the joints.
We literally, it's been 24 hours as of now.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes. And that's where we are. So, but I'll keep y'all posted. So
yeah.
But anyway, but Michael, I'm assuming you're going. You've looked.
Yeah, I think he's already.
Are you booked up? Okay, but listen. So the ones that are going, I'll see y'all on there because I'm definitely coming because I thoroughly enjoy myself because I get to spend time with other brothers.
It's going to be a small ship and it's going to be an older ship, but I mean it ain't going to be but so bad. I mean it's not.
Oh, I'm good with that.
They still keep it together.
And then we do our own thing any damn way. We make our own fun half the time that not half the time, all the time we're on there. So like I'm good with that. So, but anyway,
and most of the people that are on the list to go so far are
seasoned cruisers.
Not necessarily that they're A Black H. They're not. It's not so much that they're seasoned cruisers. Is that like Spesh says, we make our own fun, and so they'll because there's been developments.
We had I kind of got Michael. I did.
You're aware.
I'm aware of some of that stuff just by the grapevine. So
yes,
that's all I can.
This is Alexis Morel, Carrington Colby, Dexter.
That's our brother. Listen, but that's our brother. We know he's gonna be.
I'm sorry, this is Dominique Devereaux. Excuse me.
But listen, he's gonna be standing there with a cocktail in his hand,
exactly,
and a décolletage is gonna be all the way down to here.
Exactly,
he's gonna be like, "Bitch, what's
fabulous
up?"
jewel,
right? Some jewels like, "Bitch, what's up?" And he's gonna be ready to go. That's the what?
No, but A Black 8 says, "What kind of cruisers?" My thing is that when we go on a cruise, right? If I wasn't gonna fuck you on land, I'm not gonna fuck you on sea.
Yeah, it's probably
on sea. So if you're going on this cruise thinking that it's just gonna be a fuck fest, it's probably not going to happen because this is gays on a cruise, not a gay cruise.
And to be clear, I've gone on a gay cruise, and it was not the whole boat. It was a group of people, a group of gays on the cruise. And that's it.
I do want to go on like just a full out gay cruise where they have like deck.
I don't know if I could take all that.
I could take it if like we all went together.
Yes.
But like if it was just me, or even if it was just me and you, I'd be ready to kill some of them bitches because I couldn't take all of the faggotry and all of
be a lot,
the shade. So I would want to be like with a group of at least 10 people that we could always like, I know I could find you at the phone party and we could hang out. But yeah, so if you think that you're going on this cruise to fuck around, this is one opportunity where you need to bring sand to the beach.
Yeah.
If you don't bring sand to the beach, you will not build any castles.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, it's just because it's funny how some of our brothers still don't get that. Won't be spending our whole week fucking around with one another. But then when there's opportunities to do that, they don't even do that. Like when we were at Blackout in New Orleans, I was like, we've got a fucking international porn star on the bus with us, and y'all are on y'all phone looking for grinder dates. First of all, we're driving through New Orleans, so you're driving through neighborhoods.
Is that New Orleans or was that?
No, that was New Orleans.
St. Louis. That was was it? Oh, that was, okay. I got it confused.
And it was funny to me that the girls was on Grindr, and I was like, "There's a porn star that is letting you suck his dick and play in his booty hole." So I'm like, I'm like, listen, I got my fucking money's worth at Blackout, because every Blackout that I've been to, that's the whole thing. That's the whole point of having the bus. That's why when we do Blackout, the strippers that we hire are almost always porn stars, because porn stars aren't going to be like, "Why are you putting your finger? Why are you jerking my dick off?" No, girl. I mean, I no shade against strippers, but no, girl, that was the wrong bus. You was on. A Black 8 says the porn star that couldn't get erect. No, I know who you're talking about. I'm not going to call any names because he's a nice person, but no, not him. And that was actually A Black H. That was actually in Chicago. Oh. We're talking about New Orleans.
Yeah, I don't remember.
We had XL on our bus.
So first of all, we didn't have XL. Bitch, you had XL. And I'm not pointing no fingers, but somebody
who
claims
like a finger point.
Somebody who claims to has a motherfucking lazy jaw was getting a motherfucker down up in the motherfucking bus and all that type of shit. So, but listen, I was cheering him on though, because bitch, I was right. Listen, there's nothing that he can't say. Bitch, I was right behind cheering him on. I was like, go, 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 sports ball, yay, go. Like I was cheering him on.
Listen, I said, XL is my porn crush. I am not going to have this opportunity again in life to be near him. He knew what the game was.
Yes.
So
he understood the assignment.
So I stuck my finger in his booty hole and sucked him off. And every time I hit his prostate, his dick throbbed a little bit in my mouth. Listen, I got my money's worth,
I'm here for it. Now, I will also say for myself, Cutler was that person for me. Yes. House and Ever. I was like, bitch, that's just too much dick.
Cutler's dick is too big.
That's just too much.
My mouth don't open.
Bitch, that's too much dick.
My mouth don't open that far.
And he likes to gut the kids out and make them choke and gag and everything else. Bitch, I was not in the mood to have snot coming up my nose. Bitch, no, ma'am. I'm not doing that. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. and in front of everybody else, oh no, ma'am.
Right, everybody is like,
no.
Bro, what is Epic doing?
No, ma'am. We're not going to
do
that.
Oh my God.
No, we're not going to do that. Now, in my own personal quarters, would I have attempted it? Probably. But again,
you're gonna be like Cortland and have your fucking jaw unhinged like he did at ML.
I mean,
listen, and Cortez too. Cortez is, Lola was the year that he won Pick and Run.
Yeah, there was a couple.
He got fucked by like 13 dudes.
Baby, I told you I saw them 2 little feet.
Right. Oh no, A Black H. I'm sorry that you must have been on another bus, because XL's dick stayed hard the whole night. So there was another bus that must have been. And so that was it. Rodney, let me tell you how Rodney.
A good show. Baby, listen, I will be right there filming everything.
Well, we know because the H stands for hoe. We all know that. And A Black H is a motherfucking what? Professional. And so we know that he would do it. And listen, we'd all be sitting there like,
yeah, bitch, I'm gonna be sitting like
tens.
There you go.
And then there's that one hateful bitch. 9.
And I'd be like, bitch, you fucking crazy. That's when the fight.
That's a lie.
That's when the fight
starts.
Like, bitch, if you don't get your ass off this motherfucking judge's panel, bitch, just go.
Bye. You're just a hater. You're just a hater. You're just a hater because your mouth don't open that wide. Don't be a hater.
And listen, don't be a hater. Listen, I've seen him in several places, and bitch, I swear I did the Loretta Devine each time I saw, especially the first couple times. I was like, yeah.
And the thing is that Cutler is such a nice guy.
He is.
He really is like a,
which was off-putting
nice
at most.
Oh, it was never off-putting.
It was off-putting for me because I'm expecting one thing and then you get something else.
Well, let me say, he will still gut you. But what I'm saying is that the reason that he is nice to us is because we don't expect him to. We just treat him like Cutler it's not like when we were in New York, we were just
Eagle,
bullshitting. We were just hanging out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about Cutler X, the porn star. It's about Cutler.
It was like, hey,
the person. Now, none of us are stupid. He ain't stupid. It's like, listen, if you got $75 or $100, however
or
much whatever he charged, he'll certainly do it. But he'll also just hang out. Like the time we was in I was in San Francisco for Dory, and I'm just standing there minding my own business in motherfucking Mr. S, right? And here I come. So this is my backside, right? And I feel this come up on my backside, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I turned around, and I was like, girl, if you don't get the fuck out from behind me with that big ass dick. Exactly. Cutler is, if you fuck with Cutler as an Onyx person, it's just like two black people, one with a significantly bigger dick, but it's not a big black dick thing. And that was so funny because when we was in New York, right, we were, you know how we do.
We were around.
We were in a circle. Cutler was on one end, and everybody was sort of standing
around him.
Not around him, but he was one person in the circle. Remember, the person in the circle was Orion. But we were all just talking, having a good time until
they didn't know who he was
until we dared Orion.
Yeah,
Orion was like, "I've sucked bigger. I've sucked bigger." We was like, go ahead, girl. Here's your chance. Here's your chance. And he whipped it out, and you could see the hesitation on his face, like, oh.
And that shit wasn't
she's bigger than it looks.
And it wasn't even hard.
It wasn't even
hard. And that's why I was like.
But while we're sitting there talking, like the girls were so rude. They were like,
excuse me. No, they weren't even tapping. They were like,
right.
They
so like we're in a circle. They're
all trying to get around, and we're like,
I was like, bitch, what are you doing?
So we tightened up. Yeah, we tightened up. Yeah.
Right. And then they got mad, and it was like, but listen, die mad hoe. I can give a fuck.
Like,
because it wasn't even about the sex, it was just about us hanging out. Yeah. But anyway, so Rodney Braddock is your best friend. Because from the moment that Blackout was announced and I saw the poster, I was like, bitch. I said, so I was like, all right, so XL is on this poster, right? Did y'all just pay him to do this photo shoot? He was like, no, that's one of my leather sons. He's going to be at Blackout. I was like, bitch, what? So shout out to Daddy Rod, who just had a birthday. Yeah, he just had a birthday. So happy birthday, or happy belated birthday. And then when we were leaving the hotel to get on the bus, I was just apparently I was about to get on the lip dick bus. And Rodney grabs me by the elbow. I was like, no, girl, you want to be on this bus.
It's like, okay.
He was like, and then I was like, but why though? And then he was like, oh, this is the bus with XL. I was like, okay.
Listen, he couldn't get that bus fast enough.
Right, bitch. I left hoes in the dust. I think I was in the middle of a conversation with somebody. It was like, as they were getting up on the bus. They were stepping up into the bus, and Rodney pulls me aside. I know whoever it was looked back and was like, so Dominion, oh, where'd she go?
Dominion had shit to do. So
right, I left them girls. Listen. And listen, I didn't like totally monopolize his time. I did not. The lies you tell, I did not.
So we just gonna go ahead and on this we just gonna go ahead and acknowledge this. No, he did not monopolize all of his time. But here's the thing. So Dominion was having his moment with him while I was literally standing behind him, making sure that the bitch had room. So I was already, because y'all were in the corner, kind of like on the side. So I was standing behind, but bitches were trying to squeeze in. And I was like, okay. The bus ride was probably 10 minutes.
No, it was 15. Much longer than that. Because we drove around for a minute.
It was like,
it didn't take us as long. It shouldn't have taken us that long to get to the destination.
So all I remember is by the time we got there, you had just finished.
That was on one of the legs, but there was still much more to the ride.
All I'm saying is, bitch, the time that we were on the bus, but that time period.
Because I was just sitting in the back minding my own business. He started in the front, worked his way. So here's the thing. No, I refuse to be shamed over this.
I am not shaming you. I am not shaming you
to be shamed
for getting your life. Because what I'm saying, I'm refuting your. I didn't monopolize his time. No, you didn't monopolize his time. You just kind of took up lot of it.
Let me explain what
on our leg.
No. Let me explain No. Let me explain what happened. I'm sitting in the I get on the bus and get to the back. XL is on the bus and is up front, right?
Mm-hmm,
and so you're a patient. You're one of the people. You're a patron. One of the people on the bus. And so XL is standing there, giving you his best, putting his dick in his face, turning around, sticking that beautiful hairy little booty hole in your face and everything. And these girls are on their fucking phones, chit-chatting with one another. They were paying him dust.
Yeah.
95% of the people on the bus were paying him dust. So when he got back to me, because I had already said hello to him. But this is why, because I'd interviewed him on reality.
Yes.
So he knew who I was and everything. We were friends on Twitter, so we were like somewhat familiar with one another. And he already knew I had a crush on him. But I'm not one of them crazy crush girls like Wicked. You know how she get when she get around a porn star. She gets crazy.
We gonna just pray for Wicked.
But anyway, so I'm sitting in the bus, in the back of the bus, waiting in the Uncle Pilates,
minding your own
Uncle Pilates,
right? Minding your business, eating your own individually packaged
exactly. Just waiting for my opportunity because I want to let the other girls go because I felt like I could have been like, hey, what you doing after this? I mean, we just go back to my room. I mean, I might even pay. I don't normally pay for sex, but I'm not against it. And that would have definitely been worth the money.
You grown.
So I'm sitting back there watching him just sort of like walk past all of these people and starting to get a little frustrated. And I was like, no, girl, I'm about to give you a show. Because his dick is big, but not huge. It's long, but it's not so big around that it ain't like Cutler. So I wasn't like trying to put a 2-liter bottle in your mouth. So I had a good time, and whatever I'm doing, I'm always gonna stick my finger in your butthole. And he was totally fine with that. And no one else seemed to be, except for one other person. Who was that person?
It was
that kept trying to push me.
It was somebody.
Side.
It was you were in the corner.
He was in the corner.
Yeah, and that they were on that side,
on the right side.
No, there was someone over there too. There was someone over there.
But I feel like they were watching. But it was a person on this side that kept trying to shove me out of the way, and I'm like, ugh.
I remember the person on that side. I don't remember the person on this side though. Honestly, paid dust because I'm not big on strippers. He came to me without having. Okay. Well, yeah.
Right. And then,
I mean, here's the thing. We already know that they're getting on the bus as a stripper, as a dancer. So like the least that we could do, even though I'm sure he was getting paid, the least that we could do is to tip the man.
Right. I went to the bank purposely. I left the hotel, got me some chicken tenders and
at Willie's.
And a frozen beverage at Wet Willie's.
No, not Wet, just Willie's. Because Wet Willie's is the one down in
Willie's.
Just Willie's.
Yeah, Willie's. And got my beverage and everything and went to the bank and got like $30 out and went to the hotel front desk and changed all of that for ones because I knew we were going to have strippers. And like you say, it's the least that we can do. First of all, this is how you get strippers to come back because strippers talk.
Yes, they do.
Or porn stars talk. And if those chicken tenders were everything.
Yes, God. I planned poorly. That's all right.
A Black A says I didn't have cash. I planned poorly.
That's all right.
Well, now when you come down to Fort Lauderdale, bring cash because it's lots of porn stars that already live there.
Matter of fact, get your ones before you get on the plane. Get them. Go to the bank and get them, and just pack them in your suitcase. So to grab your wad of ones.
No, girl, because that wad of ones will never make it.
That wad of ones you pack in your suitcase. You get a wad of like 50 ones and just put it in your. You know what I mean? Just. You're not going to spend all $50 on a strip.
You're missing my point. I don't trust the TSA like that.
Oh, well,
I would get the ones when I arrive.
You could also put it in your carry-on too, the 51s, but I'm just saying.
That's true. But I'll just do it.
But
anyway, the point is porn stars talk. And who are we going to get? We're typically going to get Black and Latino porn stars. And so if we had done XL dirty, and the next year, so-and-so, they'd have been like, "Hey, XL, I saw that you were dancing for homies." Like, girl, I made like $5.
He'd be like, "No, that's not."
No, but this time he can say, "Because I know," because he asked me at the end. He was like, "Hey, Dominion, can you hold my bag?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll hold your bag for you." He had like a little string bag.
Right.
It was
full of
money.
yeah, it was.
It was full of money. So he can
now,
say he got paid cutely and he made a ton of cash. So the next person that does it will be like, "Oh, I know."
But bitch, let's be clear.
Now, was $50 of that my money? That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that's really none of anybody's business.
That's none of anybody's fucking business.
But I will say this: if we happen to luck upon Raheem Shabazz.
So here's the thing. I don't dislike Raheem Shabazz, but let me tell you who I really want. I want his little boyfriend.
The light skin with the curly hair.
The one that looked like Sideshow Bob.
Yes. Okay.
Bitch, listen.
But he got cute booty hole though.
Oh, don't he though?
I was like, I love seeing a booty hole that's in distress. Like when they open up and it wraps around, you see, I'm like, oh, that is so fucking cute.
Love, and it feels to me like, yes, he's versatile, but it feels to me like he mostly tops. But when he gets gutted by Raheem or the other person, he gets gutted deeply, and he gets all the way into it. I have some observations, and I'm gonna tell you off camera because I don't want anyone to see this. But yes, so Raheem Shabazz and Elijah Xavier, I think his name is.
Maybe that is his name. I know that name. I don't know if it's
the light skin one. He's from Alabama,
but I know who you're talking about though.
Yes, he looks like Sideshow Bob. Baby, he is so cute to me. If we could get one or both of them, preferably Elijah.
Either one is fine.
I'd lose my fucking shit.
Either one is fine. I mean, I think I probably would lean more so towards Raheem because he got that. And I think the thing I like about Raheem is he seems like an everyday dude, or at least in the videos, he seems like he smokes his little shit. He's like, bitch, I'm just gonna fuck. That's what we're gonna do. And it's like,
Black A says, "I'll keep Raheem busy while you work on his partner." Yes.
But anyway. But all that was fun. So I'm looking forward to Blackout, and I know Deep South is going to put on a great.
Exactly. Elijah Zane is his name. Okay. Elijah Zane.
So, but either one, like, listen, I'm here to watch. You know, I'm here to watch. If I'm not participating, I'm here to watch.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't watch nothing. I'm here
to watch.
I'm not paying my money to go to Blackout to watch.
But I'm just saying, you know, I feel, but you know, I've said this to you before. I felt like I've had some restrictions on me. They're gone.
What restrictions?
Because I was like, I'm never going to hold that title, and then somebody say, "Oh, well, you're such and such." No, I'm a brother just like everybody else is. I don't hold an office. I don't hold a position.
Even when I did, but I didn't really care about that.
But
you know, I did hear people. It was like, "Is that Dominion sucking somebody's dick?" I was like, "Yes, bitch." Listen, this is Blackout. Blackout. My first Blackout. I got up in a sling and let someone stick all kinds of things, not penises, well, not human penises, things shaped like human penises, but ain't nobody fucked me. But I got not all the way fisted, but it was close. Because it was my first Blackout, because it was explained to me that Blackout is an opportunity to explore and have a good time in a safe space. And so, not that we would have judged Cortez any other time for getting fucked by 13 dudes, but it was a space where, you get fucked by 13 dudes, and everyone was cool with it, and you could feel
his stinking life. And
right,
I was very happy for him.
You could feel like a security that no one was going to judge you, or that, you know, all of the dudes that were there were going to be
cheering them on. Because I looked over at one point, I was like, "Bitch, you look tired, but you still going at it, bitch. Come on, go."
Because he fucked like 8 or 9 dudes back then, and then like some of them liked it so much they told a couple of others, and they went back to his room and fucked a couple more times. It's like, good for him. I think that's what we should do. We need to pull together a list of porn stars that we need to provide to Deep South and be like, this is our list of porn stars in order of preference.
Let's not do order of preference. Let's just put them on it because you know that's gonna be subjective. Because then our list might be completely different from their list.
And listen, that's not my problem if you don't have that personal relationship with Pussycat and
No. I do.
You and I do, but I'm just saying I'm sorry for you all.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean,
so Raheem Shabazz, Elijah Zane. I also like Ray Dalton.
So there's something nasty about Ray Dalton, but it's something repulsive about him at the same time. So let me make sure the short.
He's brown skinned, a little bit older. He's probably in his late 40s, early 50s.
You know, that's how I'm thinking of, but I know exactly what you're talking about because he has that curved it. He's
yes.
Curved, yes. Okay, so he's on the list as well. Mm-hmm. I was thinking of the guy from Tim, the Ray. He's short. He's versatile. He's a short white guy with curly hair. Ray.
We're not talking about any white guys.
I know, but that's when you said that at first. But Ray Dalton.
Yes.
He's on that list.
Spec says kept secret. She don't do it for me.
I don't know.
Listen, this is just us. This is just us.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find
this is exactly. Ray Dalton comes off grimy in a bad way to me. Not for me, but I respect that. Kept secret. And Special will remember this because every time I say it, he giggles.
Okay. Come out of that area. Okay.
Kept secret feels like he has a vinegary undercarriage to me. So it's a no for me.
Just dip it in some motherfucking alcohol. So that's all the fuck we got to do. That's all we got to do. Kept secret porn star. Let me just see who this is first. I'm gonna see if I know who this is. Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, she just looks. He does
look a little
vinegary to me.
He does look a little suspect on the soap side. That guy.
Yes, he does have a number of videos with trans dudes, so he is very open to playing with everybody.
But let me be clear. What's his face? Oh my god.
Just Google him on Twitter, Spash. You'll find him.
Oh damn it! I cannot think of his name.
All right, so here's my list. Oh, so here's because I'm on my Just for Fans. I'm not my Just for Fans page. I'm on the Just for Fans page that I have. So here's my list of performers. There's this one black guy that has he's very black. He's very skinny. He has a ton of tattoos. His name is Travis White. Now he's got them tattoos that go like all the way up the side of his neck and on his scalp. And the way he screams when he's getting gutted. Yes. Jay Alexander. And he lives in Fort Lauderdale too, so he will be easy to get. Crave Melanin.
Crave will put on a motherfucking show.
Yes, Crave will put on a show.
He is going to put on a show, baby, and I am here for it. And what's his name? Eric. He's friends with me on Facebook. Eric. I cannot think of his name. It's damn. Fuck. What is his name?
You're not talking about this guy.
No,
not JD Blackstone.
No.
She makes a lot of noise too, baby. You just listen. Your finger, like this is your booty hole, right? And your fingers just come like right here, close to his booty hole, baby. The way he'll start screaming and moaning.
This young man. I don't know what his porn star name is.
Oh, Mr. Bolden. Wait a minute, you're friends with him on Facebook?
Bitch, what?
No. I did not mean.
No, I mean I'm just saying.
I didn't realize he had a Facebook
I mean,
page.
I'm just saying.
What's his name again?
Oh, I'll send.
Wait a minute. The shade.
No, I'll send it to you. No, I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay. Because the way this girl clicked off the page.
That was not intentional. That was not intentional.
Baby, I was like, what's his name? She was like, I don't know. I don't remember what his name is.
That was not intentional. That was not intentional. I'm just so used to hitting the button so fast. But no, yeah, I'll send it to you.
No, it's fine. But yeah, so yeah, let's create a short list.
Okay,
of porn stars.
I forget
that we would like to
the
see.
name.
So, but you don't like Jay Alexander? I tell you what, another one that I would like, but he's almost certainly not going to do it, is Sean Zevran.
Why do I know that name? And I have to place him. Oh, okay.
But you know, I like him. I can't say that out loud because, you know, I don't want no foolishness. But yes, all right. So we got a ton of show to get to, and we not wasted. We've had a lovely time talking.
Yeah, we're not wasting anything.
So, how was your week? But baby, he can take some dick like nobody business, and that's the thing. That's why I can't be the only one.
I didn't know
just about everybody.
Black. Oh, he is black. I didn't know
he is black.
Okay, I thought he was. He has this like mix.
He could be mixed with something, but yeah. But everybody that I'm going to choose as a porn star is versatile, leaning towards bottom. I guess with the exception of Crave Melanin. But the reason that I like Crave is because when he bottoms, he gets gutted. He gets gutted real good. Let me tell you who else gets gutted real good is Knight. Now she's not pretty about the face.
Who was the other guy you said? Zevran.
Sean Sean.
I think I know who that is again. So these names I don't know their faces, but
yeah.
Z.
Did you know that who Deep Dick is?
Yeah.
Why he got a new scene where he's getting gutted by Raheem Shabazz?
Bitch, we knew it was coming.
Oh, yes.
Well, bitch, I knew it was coming.
We saw that.
I knew it was coming.
We saw that coming.
But wait, but that's what. Hold on, let me
it's on Twitter right now. I mean, you can find it on on Raheem's and his OnlyFans or
Sean,
Just for Fans.
Is that how you spell his name?
Zevran.
Yeah, I knew that was coming because I could see in his.
That's her. Baby, she's gorgeous. I would give him my EBT.
That is a PYD for you.
Oh, he is my kryptonite.
And this is also Maximus's thing as well.
Listen, I'll fight Maximus over her.
Yeah, y'all listen.
Maximus, I will fight you over.
Y'all Brahmin bulls will go right on after it.
I will fight you over a pretty light-skinned boy real quick.
And that one right there, anytime.
No, girl, anytime. She's just crazy.
That's okay. I don't need her bitch just
no, but she's the kind of crazy that will fuck up the show.
I need him. I just need him because he makes good videos. As far as I'm concerned,
he does.
He makes good videos.
I mean, he's only like 5'3".
Yeah, I can toss that motherfucker around.
That's tall.
He's
actually like 4'9". He's less than 5 foot tall.
I can throw that motherfucker around.
Definitely a pocket guy.
Oh, and he got little pretty feet too. I'm like, oh Jesus God.
Right. So anyway, we'll come up with a short list and we'll share with the group next week.
Okay. All right.
No, that'll be for Christmas. That'll be for the Christmas show.
Oh, come on.
All right, so let's get to this list.
Yeah. So the week was good. Like I said, we had some stuff that's coming up that's developing. I'll let y'all guys know about that. I'm trying to get through some of this stuff. How was your week? Was your week good?
It was a weeky week. It was, nothing special.
Okay. All right. So let's jump right into it.
All right. So the first story, a star black athlete transfers after school official says he gained that speed for running from the police. And listen, I'm with him because if a motherfucker said that to me, I'd have been like, I'm out. So Tony Humphreys, a 16-year-old junior who has already committed to play baseball at Boston College, told PIX Channel 11 that the incident occurred after he joined Iona Prep's track team in the offseason. The athletic director came up to me, says, quote, he comes up to me and asks why I was doing track. Humphreys responded, it never hurts to gain speed. But, quote, but the educator implied Humphreys was already fast enough and he had a reason, the station reports. Humphreys said the assistant AD said the team gained that speed by running from the police. After Humphrey told his mother about the AD's remark, they decided he would transfer from Iona Prep, a private school in New Rochelle, white, to a public school near their home in Cortland. Humphrey said it wasn't the first time he experienced racism at Iona Prep. My freshman year, I took it up to the deans. I took it up with the higher ups and nothing happened to the other students. On Tuesday, other students at Iona Prep staged a walkout in support of Humphrey. So who is this now?
It's not his name. It's the other one. What's his name? Because I was sending this to Spash.
You talking about the big dick one with the really huge dick?
The one that's curved you're talking about.
No, there's a black guy named Ray Dalton.
Right. This is the one I was talking about before.
Yeah, not her.
But there's another. Okay, I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. I'm trying to send you something on the side. Sorry.
I would have transferred too.
Yeah,
This story is kind of sad, but it has a good ending. So Wilson Cruz, who you may remember from My So-Called Life and most recently from Star Trek Discovery, talked about
always be Junito from Noah's Ark.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
He talks about how he was kicked out on Christmas Eve after coming out as gay. He says that he recalled landing his breakout role as a young gay character in the 1994 teen sitcom My So-Called Life before he was out to his parents. Cruz said, I was out to my intimate circle of friends, to my youngest brother in my circle. I was basically out to everyone, but I wasn't out to my parents. I think my parents were basically the last people to find out. So I hadn't told them. Then I got cast in My So-Called Life. We made the pilot and I still hadn't told them. He says that the show wasn't immediately picked up after he shot the pilot, and there was an entire year before it went into production. He added, when we finally got the pickup, I realized that I had to tell my family. He said, I made a bet with the universe. The next time one of them asks me, I will come out to them. My mother asked first, and it was okay. She had a Catholic Latina mom breakdown, and then she was fine. My father asked me on Christmas Eve a couple of months later. We had all of the family there, and my father asked me why I hadn't brought a girl. I brought my best friend from high school, a guy. He was drunk and decided it was okay to ask. There in the bathroom on Christmas Eve, my father asked me, and I answered honestly, and he kicked me out of the house. Then he talked about living in his car for 3.5 months. But, you know, he's a famous movie star now, but that still don't take away from the pain of being kicked out of your house and having to live in your car.
And I think a lot of teens had that fear at some point, because I know I did at one particular point. I had a fear of not being accepted amongst my family, and a fear of being put out of my family. Whether it was irrational or not, I don't know. But at that particular point in time, when I was like 16, 17, 18, I didn't have, it was a fear of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I think after I went to school, when I went away to college and I established that I could support myself and take care of myself and do something, it wasn't an issue for me at that particular point, because I was becoming more comfortable with myself.
Right.
So
here's the thing. He says he didn't speak to his father for a year. And in that year, they made 18 episodes. And one of the episodes was about my character's own situation where he was kicked out of his house because he was gay. Unbeknownst to me, my father watched that episode when it aired. And as the credits are rolling, he calls me and says, I think it's time that we talk. Let me tell you, people's relationship with their family is different than mine, because my cut you out of my life and never talk to you game is strong. And if you would kick me out of your life, I'm sorry. It may be like 5, 7, 10 years later, but a year afterwards, girl, I would still not be talking to you. Once I got out of living in my car and got my shit together, I was like, girl, I don't need you anymore. When I needed you, you kicked me out. And, you know, so maybe that's just my thing, what I need to work on, because maybe I'm too quick to kick people out of my life and not express forgiveness. But girl, no, I'm just telling you now, there is no way that if my father had done something, or my mother had done something like that, that merely a year afterwards, only 9 months removed from me living in my car, he'd been like, I think it's time so you're fine now. Girl, I'm not fine.
And so this just reminds me of my part of my own stuff with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of reminds me of my own stuff with my mom. And there was a long period where we just didn't talk. And then for years, our relationship was never the same afterwards. Right. We went through a period of not talking, and like, it was like I had family members that died, and, you know, it was a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, it's never been the same. It
Right.
will never ever be the same. And then at some point, years later, after I realized that it was never going to be the same, and it's not me that has a problem
Right.
with my lifestyle, it's you that has a problem with it, I kind of switch gears, but
that was years later.
Yeah, that was years later, and I kind of switched gears of very much of like, that's your issue, not mine.
Right.
So when I got the tap on my shoulder,
time.
It does take time. It takes a lot of time.
And it's when it's not when they're ready to be like, oh, I'm ready to accept your life. Well, girl, I'm not ready to accept you back into my life, because here's what happens to me. Whenever I've cut someone off like that and they've tried to come back, it's like, you know what? I realize I can do fine without you.
Yeah. I mean,
so that feels like a door is closed, because if you're 17 and get kicked out of the house and you got to make it on your own. And once you sort of get your shit together and realize you can't make it on your own, you're like, well, girl, I don't need you no more.
I was graduating from college, and that's when that whole conversation happened. And it took my cousin months later when I explained to her that I had spoken to my mother to say, she was like, well, you just need to get whatever's on your chest off and just write it a letter or whatever. So I actually took the route of writing a letter, and I put everything down on that piece of paper or those pages of paper, or all those pages, and sent that off. Well, apparently it broke my mother down, because I was just kind of like, I've been without you all this time. I will go on without you. And, I'm fine. She broke down and she reached out and called me.
Right.
I had a physical answering machine at that point. And I was kind of like, I was getting ready to press delete, and I just hit the eject button. I said, I'm going to save this tape just because.
Right. That's good. I mean, you do want, so here's the thing.
But again, it's still been a long process.
You do want to get to a place of forgiveness and moving on, because forgiveness is a selfish act. But not forgetting.
Yeah. I would say
forgiveness is a personal thing, at least for me. Forgiveness is about moving on from a place of constant anger and bitterness. And once I have moved past that, then I have forgiven you. Now, I'm never going to forget. But I'm not actively, like, every time, you'd be having those revenge fantasies, and maybe you didn't have revenge fantasies about your mother, but like uncles or whatever, where you had these revenge fantasies where you be hoping bad things happen to them. When you get past, maybe you did. I'm glad you got past that.
This is so funny we're having this conversation.
Right.
Today,
but yeah, once you get past that, for me, that's what forgiveness looks like to me, where I'm not living in this constant state of anger and bitterness. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting, because I'm never going, even if I forgive you, I now know that on some level I can't trust you. So I'm never going to put myself fully back into a position where I need you for anything. So like I think I told you all how I waited till I was 30 to come out to my father and my sister. And I had positioned myself in such a way that I was already out. I'd moved out. I had my own place, whatever. So I just stopped by after going to New York for my 30th birthday and fucking around. That if they had responded poorly, it was like, okay, girl, I got my own house, so I'm good if you don't take this well, and if they had taken it poorly, it certainly would have taken me years to do that. But our relationship would never be the same, because I would never feel like I could confide in them. I almost certainly wouldn't have been the one to manage my father's estate, because I'd have been like, girl, you got 2 kids, you chose to throw one of them away. So
listen, it was a double blow for me, because again, it was the closest with my mother and my grandmother. And when my grandmother dropped the F word, I was like, click.
What's she say? Oh, she called you a fag?
Click. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And so this whole thing of like forgiving but never forgetting, I've never forgotten, and I'm never ever going to forget it.
Right.
I don't necessarily know if it's forgiveness that I'm in. I think I'm just kind of at like, I don't really need you. This is not my problem. And maybe that's me, rationalizing it, or maybe even compartmentalizing the trauma or something. I don't know, but whatever it is, yeah, it's not forgiveness, because I'm never. And for me, forgiveness means that it's kind of, in my mind, it's almost like you've just forgotten all about it. It's like, whatever, I'm just going to move past it, and it is what it is. No, I'm never going to forget it. I'm never, ever, ever going to forget it, because those moments made me exactly who the fuck I am right now.
Yeah.
And so that's what I hold on to. And whether that's healthy or not, probably not, but that's
maybe,
where I'm at.
Maybe not. I mean, it depends. Sometimes it feels to me like, for some people, forgiveness means returning yourself to that previous place of vulnerability,
and that's what I'm not going to do
with someone. And I'm like, once you've proven that I can't be that vulnerable with you, I can still recognize that there is some value to the relationship, and I will maintain whatever is valuable about that relationship. But I'm never going to put myself into that former place of vulnerability, because when I told you that I was gay, I was being my most vulnerable to you. And when you rejected me, you proved to me that you are not worthy of my vulnerability. So therefore, we can still hang out. I can still come to Thanksgiving after some time and kiki and whatever, but you're not going to be that person that I tell everything about my life. You and your mother, me and my father, whoever, we might have been super close. I might have told you about who I was dating, all of that stuff. Girl, that even if we get back to a point of being cool, you're never going to be that person in my life again, because I can't trust you that you're going to take that, because you still might. I don't know that one day you're not going to flick off and be like, you're still a fag, because I can't trust you anymore. So yes, I can still be in some kind of community or family relationship with you, but I've set a very firm boundary, and I feel like that's where a lot of gay people, I feel like a lot of people, did we talk about this last week? We did. The last thing we said on the show was like, if you don't have a good relationship with your family, don't go. If you don't like your family for Thanksgiving, girl, you don't have to go. You are grown. You are not.
And for years, I felt that obligation. For years, and then after the whole gay thing, I was like, "Bitch, we're not doing this, bitch. We're not doing this. We're not doing this." And it's always been an obligation to come home. And when are you coming home? What are you doing? Listen,
I don't want to come home, so I'm not.
I don't want to. And so that's been resurfacing now. And I just had a conversation with the roomie.
One of the uncles?
No. I just had a conversation.
Speaking of never trusting a hoe again,
and he was saying, maybe you should reach out and send us. And I was like, let me explain something to you. I will never, ever, ever discount the importance of or the things that you may have done for me and with me or taught me up until this particular point.
But we've turned a corner, and
but
we
at
can't turn
this
back.
point going forward, while I may not want to hang out with you, I'm never going to forget the stuff that you've done for me, but I have no further use for you. I've gotten everything I need to get from you and move on. None of that is good for me. And when I say none of that, meaning even the headspace that I'm in is not good for me. So
right, because you can both hear it in our voices as we start to talk about this. Do I feel like I'm in a place of forgiveness for not necessarily about gay stuff, but about other stuff? It don't take much to get back into that space if you allow yourself. And we know, at least I know, a Black H, that when you have difficulties with your mother or whatever, girl, you can't come back to that.
Okay.
And so I understand that. And again, holidays are here. Girl, if you don't like your family, if they cause you stress, don't go.
Yeah, don't go.
Turkey is not that good.
You can go get yourself some deli slices and warm that shit up and put some a can of cranberry juice, put that bitch on top of it with a little piece of bread. Girl, you good.
Get together with your friends.
Go to Wawa, get the turkey gobbler. You be good.
Exactly. Go to get together with your friends and make your own kind of traditions, your own kind of family experience. Don't put up with that shit just because you share the same DNA don't mean y'all got nothing in common.
And this is why, for me, it's become important to spend quality time with people, with friends in my extended family. And even though I wasn't here for this Thanksgiving,
I know,
but he understands where I am with it. But I value the fact that I am a part of, and he is a part of, what makes my holiday a holiday. And even though this year, I tried to re-engage with
chose some other bitch over me,
foundational
over me,
and or family that I've built up.
And I built this relationship from the ground up.
And while I had a great time with them, there were still some things that were missing. And it's so weird. But again, I value those things. And those gatherings and the things that come up with certain people, I value that because I expect it. It's a tradition as far as I'm concerned. Like, I will never go to Claw and be like, oh, bitch, why is me? Bitch, fuck, why is
I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to Claw.
Bitch, really? We can do this now. That's a whole nother conversation. Okay.
All right, if you want to go, I might go.
I mean, but it's November, right? It's around.
No, it's in April.
I thought they moved it to November
this year for money purposes, and it was in LA. No, it's going back to Cleveland, and it's happening.
And that's the whole part of it. Like, it's just shit. It's a tradition. Like, bitch, there's very few people that know this, because there's some people that know. But again, we can have a conversation about the motherfucking the leather stallion. We can have a motherfucking conversation about the moment my life was changed. We can have a motherfucking conversation about the motherfucking music of Cleveland that makes the trip worth it.
Don't come at me. Don't come at me.
So these are the things the traditions that you build. And
right.
So,
Yeah, so find your own tribe, build your own family, and don't fuck with people that you don't want to fuck with. Your life, listen, life is simultaneously too short and way too long to fuck with bitches that you don't want to fuck with.
Yeah. And so, and it's a struggle. So you still deal with it every day.
This is why I like this show.
Yeah, we hopefully
it ain't always
kind of cathartic.
Yeah, did we spend 40 minutes talking about dicks and porn stars? Yes, but then we turned the corner.
Went with the family and relationships.
Right. So not a whole lot to talk about here. So this is the last quick one that I have, is that there is a trans contestant for on Jeopardy who has been her name is Amy Schneider, becomes the first openly trans contestant to qualify for the Tournament of Champions. On Tuesday night, she became a 10-day champion. Other contestants have appeared on the show before, but Schneider is the first to make it to the elite competition, made up of the past year's top players. She's an engineering manager who lives in Oakland, California, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Good for her. I mean, really good, these things are important, because there's a lot, there's going to be some kid who's watching Jeopardy and, will see themselves in her.
Visibility.
Some trans person or some young boy who is feeling like, he is different, or someone who was assigned male at birth who feels different. And they will see themselves in this woman and know that, hey, in addition to all the other things I can do, and also fucking be on Jeopardy.
You goddamn right.
So
we're gonna try to get through some of this because let's get through this. Remy Ma is joining the cast of Queens. If you haven't watched the show,
even a single episode,
if you haven't watched it, it's very cute. I swear to God, it's very cute. You have to get past I had some preconceived
I don't
notions.
see Brandy as a rapper. I just don't see Brandy as a hardcore rapper.
I'm telling you, it's not that you see her as a rapper. You actually see her as a better actor. I know, and I'm not anti-Brandy.
I'm not anti-Brandy, but my experience with Brandy is really pretty much Moesha.
But I'm telling you,
and that Cinderella thing.
You got to see her. You start to see her as a better actor. And there are some parts where she's spitting some bars, which gets into the story. Where I was kind of like, okay, Brandy. I'm like, okay, B Rocka, come on. But Remy Ma joined the cast.
Oh, is that her character name, B Rocka?
Well, no, that's what they call her, Brandy, B Rocka. That's what
they called it, a vocal Bible.
We starting shit. We're not doing that.
Sorry.
We're not doing that.
Sorry.
We're not doing that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We're not doing that. She is not. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Remy Ma is joining the cast of ABC Queens with a recurring role. She was during her recent stint on the coast as the co-host of Wendy Williams with Fat Joe, where she looked absolutely amazing. She started she confirmed the fact that she was going to be on the show. Unlike previous guest appearances like Cameron, Jadakiss, and other rappers, she's going to have and they all portray themselves. She's going to have a recurring character that's going to come on.
5EO Foreign.
We don't know. That's why I didn't say his name.
Sorry.
We're not going to do that. So, but she was writing rhymes for the show, and she wound up hooking up with the creator. And so they asked her.
I did see this one thing where they were like in a warehouse, and Brandy was spitting some verse, but then whoever
Eve came and shut the motherfucking party down.
I was like, well, damn.
She went a cappella and shut the motherfucking party down. I was like, come on, girl. But anyway, Eve was writing some rhymes for the show, which may mean they may have been something that Brandy was using. But I know Eve can actually write as well.
Right.
So but again, we don't know who she was writing for, and it's 4 characters. So it's Brandy's character, Eve's character, Notori Naughton's character, and the Latina woman. I cannot think of her name right now. Who plays her characters like the Butter Pecan Rican or whatever. I think that's what they call her. But anyway, good show. I definitely say check it out, and looking forward to seeing Remy Ma. And again, she's one of my favorites because one of my favorite songs by her is Conceited. Listen, bitch, that was my shit. That was my turn up shit.
Yes.
But again, speaking of Wendy Williams, when she was guest hosting on that show, Wendy Williams is reportedly never returning to the show, to daytime talk show. We all know she had her show going on. She's had lots of health issues as well as personal issues with her ex-husband and the baby and all that type of stuff. Well, apparently, her going out and having COVID at one particular point, and then couple other various health issues. They've now been saying that there's a rumor circulating that she has dementia. And it was said on the Ricky Smiley show that she was allegedly confined to a wheelchair and is showing signs of early dementia.
This is all reportedly,
and this is allegedly. So yes,
right. So none of this. It's because this article says it was recently announced that Wendy Williams will not be returning to the show. I was like, that has not been announced on a permanent basis.
Yeah, not on a permanent basis. Sherry Shepherd has also stepped in and has been doing lots of stuff and had the highest rated show.
Yeah, I heard
highest rated episodes when she was on the show. So she's a front runner for possibly picking this up if she doesn't come back.
I don't like Wendy Williams, and I definitely don't like Sherry Shepherd.
I think Sherry's, she's okay. She's okay for what she does. She's
one of them weird Christian people. So
we're gonna side note that. Tiffany Haddish and Common, they broke up. I'm so sorry to hear that. It was reported in People. Tell me about that later. I need to see pictures.
No, I don't have pictures, but here's how I know. We went to college together.
I'm gonna need to.
No. It's only in my mind.
Okay, all right.
He was there, so he came to FAMU like, hey, whatever the fuck his name is. My name is blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, his name is.
And he would like whenever there would be like school talent, college shows
something
or whatever.
Junior.
And he would be like, next up is blah blah blah. Also known as Common, and he was cool, and he was there for like a semester and a half.
Okay,
and then he left. Then next thing you know, he dropped an album. And I mean, so he was only at FAMU for like a semester and a half.
Well,
but we was in the same dorm, and I was like,
shout out to
I was a little pre-gay. I was pre-gay then.
You were pre-gay, Lord have mercy. Mm-hmm. Shout out to all the common
neo-gay,
the common gays, if there are any. I'm just saying,
there's definitely common gays.
LeBron James was fined by the NBA $15,000 for an obscene gesture where he grabbed his motherfucking crotch. What? Like really? Like this? What we're doing? This is how we're doing this? LeBron James also
$15,000 for LeBron James is a rounding error, so he'll be all right.
He also had a moment with a courtside Karen where he had them evicted.
Yeah, he had them girls thrown out of the game.
So listen, if you're gonna find me $15,000 and kick this white bitch out,
right?
That's probably what that's allegedly that's me saying allegedly how he felt, but that's probably not the words that he used, but
Yes, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the BGKH show. You can find us at youtube.com/the BGKH show. So if you
it's over
down here in this corner,
over there,
this corner,
over there, over there,
girl, who the
over there.
We're supposed to be on Do Not Disturb. That's Chris calling me.
Do we want to put him on the air? Oh no. Okay.
No, we definitely do not want to put her on the air.
So anyway,
my phone is for. Oh, you know what? Because he's one of the exceptions.
Oh, okay. All right. No problem.
Keep going.
But anyway, so Ari Lennox, this beautiful goddess of a woman, she is like, listen, that's a tall young lady.
How tall is she?
She's at least 6 feet tall. She's a tall drink of water.
We skipped over Miss Kentucky.
Well, wait a minute. I'm gonna come back to it in a second.
Sorry.
Because we were talking about being
ejected.
Trouble
with the law.
Yeah, she was detained and also detained over in Amsterdam. And she tweeted that she was being arrested in Amsterdam for reacting to a woman racially profiling me. And she did this on Twitter. She said that the Dutch military police, who were responsible for the security at the airport in Amsterdam, said that their unit found a woman full of emotions that wouldn't calm down, and that's why she had to be taken into custody. It's unclear of how long they held her and what else happened in this moment. But again, this is what allegedly happened. So this is where we are. This is what was reported.
Anytime a white person says that a black person, particularly a black woman,
was
emotional and hysterical, I'm likely to believe the black person. Now, it could have happened exactly the way that she said. She could have been drunk and disorderly, whatever.
That was another part of the issue. Where she might have been, because they were saying she was exhibiting some aggressive behavior.
Right, but I saw something that was like, don't call Black women angry for not allowing you to violate their boundaries or something to that effect. So I'm not quite ready to believe the story of the Dutch police just because they're the police.
And there we have it. Miss Kentucky, L. Smith, was crowned Miss USA.
Miss L.
Now, if you haven't seen Miss Kentucky, she's a beautiful woman.
She's gorgeous.
But she looks just like Michael Michelle. That's what she looks like to me.
Who the fuck is Michael Michelle?
You don't remember Michael Michelle? Michael Michelle she was an actress.
And the name sounds familiar.
She was in the 90s, and she looked exactly like the stereotypical Black Barbie doll type of light-skinned woman, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
They look alike.
Oh, they do look.
They really do look alike. I found that picture and I was like, okay. But anyway, so congratulations to her. She is the newly crowned Miss USA. She hails from Kentucky. She beat out 50 other young women, and she replaces Asia Branch, who represented Mississippi, to be crowned Miss USA in 2020. And with her new title,
Asia Branch was Black too?
I believe so.
Oh.
From Mississippi.
You know it don't mean nothing when they're giving it to Black people every year.
I'm just saying.
No, I mean that sounds wrong, but I'm like,
just saying.
Ain't nobody checking for Miss America or Miss USA like they used to.
Well, she's now setting her sights on Miss Universe, which is going to happen on December 12th. So we're going to see how that's going to go.
No, listen, great for them. No shade. It really is great. It's just, I think it's like, I feel like we've moved on from the utility of like beauty pageants and other things like that in our lives and in the world.
Well,
but I mean, listen, it is really good for her. Yeah. It is representation.
It's a scholarship pageant. It's a scholarship.
Okay. That you have to participate in your bikini. Okay. Got it. Because when I got my scholarship to FAMU, I certainly did not have to present in a bikini to Frederick S. Humphreys.
I did not either. It's just
not how it goes. But good for her. And honestly, we're being facetious about it. But again, representation matters.
It does.
And there is going to be some young Black woman, Black girl who is going to see herself in this woman. Absolutely. And be like, if she can do it, I can. Absolutely. Because that person, no matter how light skinned they are, no matter how beautiful their eyes are, has been called a nigger.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're in some small ass town, and they're going to they're not going to have a lot of positive role models around them. And so they're going to see Miss USA and be like, regardless of the situation that I'm in now, the world values me.
Yeah.
Oh, and hopefully it's not just because I'm beautiful.
We shall see what this year brings for her.
Yes.
So, Barbados.
Work. She be loving the work. I don't know what the words are.
They declared themselves a republic. They cut colonial era ties with Britain and Queen Elizabeth II. So they had fireworks on Tuesday.
Child, Queen Elizabeth's ancestors are like, you just gave away this whole shit, huh?
Child.
Like in Queen Elizabeth's lifetime, I mean, it was already shrinking, but in Queen Elizabeth's lifetime, over the last 70 years, she just given away the whole fucking farm. Not that I'm mad about it. I'm just saying.
We're going to go with it.
Yeah.
Fireworks filled the sky over Barbados on Tuesday as the Caribbean island nation declared itself the world's newest republic, lowering Queen Elizabeth's flag as it severed colonial era ties to the British throne to the sound of jubilant gun salutes. This new era for the nation of 285,000 ends Britain's centuries.
I did not know it was only 285,000 people.
I
thought it was bigger than that.
I didn't either. It ends Britain's centuries.
Like you could know everybody that live on the island. Not really, but I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Really
you could like you probably legitimately related to at least a quarter of the population.
It ends centuries of influence, more than 200 years of slavery until 1834. Addressing the matter during the handover, Charles acknowledged the mark slavery had left on the two countries. Because of the pandemic, curfew was suspended, and they also allowed the event to go on. The Pride of Nationhood ceremony itself was closed to the wider public, but Barbados's most famous citizen, the singer Rihanna, took place alongside top officials for the event, complete with military parades, a mounted guard of honor, and gun salutes.
And her headlights were prominent.
Baby, when you wear those type of dresses, I don't see why would you wear that out in public?
That's it's not about
it's not about
when you are a billionaire, you
can do whatever you want.
And they said you was like the world's best citizen.
And they also talked about the fact that there's rumor that she apparently is pregnant by ASAP Rocky's baby, which is a rumor, and is but even if she is, who the fuck cares? That's it. She a grown woman. She has her music career, a fashion empire, makeup. Listen, she good. But in October, Barbados elected Prime Minister Mason, its first president, 1 year after Motley declared the country would fully leave behind its colonial past. And I cannot think of Mason's first name right now. But anyway, Mason's voice, this young lady, I thought the video and the audio was dubbed. Like I was listening to it, and
was it that bad?
I thought it was dubbed. I thought I was listening to a very deep voiced man, and then when I saw the visuals, I was like, she looks like somebody's aunt.
Mm-hmm.
But
she sounded like a man.
It was just very, like, Grace Jones has a deep voice.
Mm-hmm.
But her voice I was just like, wow. And there's something sexy about Grace's voice too, to me, but that's my own thing. But anyway, shout out to Barbados and becoming free from British control.
Right. So there's going to be a live Facts of Life cast, including Jennifer Aniston, Catherine Hahn, Allison Tomlin, and Gabrielle Union, along with Ann Dowd. All right, so the Jennifer Aniston is joining all of these other people on ABC's Live in Front of a Studio Audience, airing Tuesday, December 7th at 8/7 Central. She'll play Blair Warner during a live restaging of The Facts of Life, succeeding original portrayer Lisa Welcher, who was a crazy Christian bitch. She is. Rounding out the cast are Catherine Hahn, who will play Jo.
She's from WandaVision, just so you know.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No. I'm just saying she played the character.
Allison Tolman from Fargo as Natalie Green, and Gabrielle Union as Tootie Ramsey. As previously stated, Ann Dowd from The Handmaid's Tale will play Eastland house mother Mrs. Garrett, succeeding the late Charlotte Ray. The Live in Front of a Studio Audience special will feature reenactments of different strokes.
The next one.
Yeah. Of different strokes in Facts of Life. Yeah, it's coming out on December the 7th. The Different Strokes cast includes John Lithgow as Philip Drummond, Kevin Hart as Arnold, I'm over it, Damon Wayans as Willis, and Dowd as aforementioned Mrs. G. So here's my thing. I don't get this. They can find no people who are closer to at least. Listen, now the only one that looked like they could play someone in their teens is Gabrielle Union, because that bitch has been playing
never been
like
aging.
She has been 19
for
the past 30 years. That bitch is a vamp. Her and fucking Pharrell are vampires.
Well, and
they are the vampire king and queen.
But you know what? I'm gonna give it to. So yes, they are as well. Let's not forget about what's her face, Garcelle Bouvier.
Yes,
she hasn't been aging at all. I think as of late,
not quite as Gabrielle.
We've just been seeing,
that's because she's on them show with crazy white bitches.
Gabby has not been aging, right. But I'm also give it to Lisa Aniston for I'm sorry, Jennifer Aniston, for that population. She is the next Heather Locklear.
But my point is,
but I'm just saying,
Jennifer Aniston. Listen, she looks great. Jennifer Aniston looks great. I've always thought Jennifer Aniston was a beautiful woman, but she don't look like she is a high school prep girl. And so I don't get this cat. No, not at all. Not at all.
No. I'm not saying that I'm just saying she is slowed down the aging process, but
she has definitely what is that? Not the Bioline shit, but whatever it was.
It was Bioline.
It was not Bioline. What was Death Becomes Her? That potion. She's definitely taken a couple drops of that potion. But I don't get any of this casting, because all of those girls are supposed to be somewhere between. Tootie was the youngest one. Tootie was supposed to be 14 on the show,
like 18, I think it was.
At the end of the show, she was 18. Yeah. So everybody on that show is supposed to be between 14 and like 17, and they had these women in their 40s and 50s playing them. And you can always do that, but I feel like Ain't there like some young black girl that could have played Tootie, some young white girl that could have played Joe and Blair and all of them? Why do we have to get these grown ass women?
It's the nostalgia of reading this live script. I mean,
you can have nostalgia.
Well, nostalgia of reading
who are the same
age with some of the big name celebrities that are going to draw people in.
And I guess, but I mean, I get it.
But I understand. I understand what you're saying as well.
For me, the nostalgia is going to be. It feels like it's going to take more suspension of disbelief to be like Jennifer Aniston, who is 50 and looks good, who looks like a good.
She looks like she could be somebody's 20-something-year-old.
Not 49. No.
She could play a 20-something-year-old in a movie.
She absolutely
Listen,
could not.
If the star of 20-something who is in her 40s can play a 20-something-year-old woman, Jennifer Aniston can play a late 20s person.
No, ma'am.
I feel like she could probably. I feel like she could.
No, ma'am. Let me pull it. Listen,
but
and I'm
between
speaking,
makeup, lighting, and filtering. Yeah, she can play a 20-something.
No, girl, there's not that much filtering in the whole universe.
She played the hot mom in the remake
hot
of
Mom.
But even then, she looked young.
I wanted to pull up Jennifer Hudson. I want Jennifer Aniston. All right. So this woman does not look like she could. She does not look like she is in her 20s at all. She looks great. If you told me this woman was 45,
I didn't say she looks like she's in her 20s. I'd be like,
oh, she looks great. I'm sorry. We also should not be, there's nothing wrong with aging.
Yeah, she could play. I feel like, listen, but again, we are open to.
I'm gonna watch it, so there's that.
I'm gonna watch it.
Well, I'm at least DVR it. Whether I'm gonna watch it in real time, almost certainly not.
Well. That's it. That's all we got for this show right now.
Hey, that was fun. We had a lovely time.
Yeah, but listen, take a look at this footage, this beautiful beam footage, and we will come back really quickly, and we will be able to close out the show and talk about a few other things if we have some other stuff to pop up.
Woo!
So, but take a look.
Banter. Oh, we're back now.
Oh,
and we're back.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hi.
What's going on? What's
the gaga? What's the gags?
How y'all doing?
What's the tea? So this has been a fun show. I'm glad that you all came out to join us. We are going to have shows all the way through the end of the month. So our last show is going to be December the 29th. So right before Thanksgiving, and then we're going to take
that's New Year's. Right before New Year's.
Yeah. What did I say?
Thanksgiving.
Sure. right before New Year's, and then so we're going to be off for
the
month of January.
Mm-hmm. So we can do the 29th. We can make that our New Year's Eve show.
Right.
For a New Year's Eve or early New Year's Eve show.
Yes.
And that'll be our last show for the year. So why don't you all but stay posted stay tuned for some more information.
Yes.
We'll have our super fans to chat with about that stuff too. And we'll see what this year ends out, how this year ends out for us.
Yes.
Everyone. So yeah, we'll do that.
Any closing thoughts?
Be good to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Fight for yourself.
Yes.
And you are worth every penny that you feel you are worth.
Amen to that.
That's it. That's all I got to say.
I don't have anything. Oh, Eccentric got his room for MAL. Good. So we look forward to seeing you.
Wait, just recently? Or did you get it? Eccentric, did you go online or did you get it from somebody? Hit me up or inbox me with some details because I'm looking for another room. Or I'm not looking for a room. I have a room. Someone I know is looking for a room, and I want to make sure I give them the information.
I have a room. Bitch, I've been had a room. Listen, I'm good.
I was like, click. Oh, Yotep.
Ooh.
Oh, you're not the host, Yotep.
Okay, good for you. All right, so thank you all for coming out. God bless you, and good night.